Danny, comment s'est passée la réflexion là, pour ramener McLeod Bethel-Thompson?
Bien, c'est toujours une question médicale. Alors, on s'est assis cette fin de semaine. Mais ça fait déjà 10 jours, je dirais, qu'on s'est assis avec notre équipe médicale. Puis cette fin de semaine, ils nous ont confirmé que la question au tout début, c'était 4 à 6 semaines. Si tout allait bien, ça pouvait aller jusqu'à 8 à 10, dépendamment parce qu'il s'est fait infiltrer. Alors, puis il a bien réagi les derniers 10 jours, puis il a lancé un petit peu hier, puis il était assez confiant, puis l'équipe médicale nous a donné le feu vert. Puis là, ça devient une question c'est un choix de l'entraîneur en chef s'il décide de le faire jouer ou non.
Est-ce que l'option de Davis Alexander a été considérée?
On parle de Davis presque, sans exagérer, là, je dirais presque tous les jours, mais au moins 3-4 fois par semaine. Est-ce que l'option de le faire jouer cette semaine était sur la table? Non. Mais ça s'améliore.
Alors, c'est quoi le plan pour Davis Alexander?
C'est une semaine... Ah, vas-y, pardon, vas-y.
Oui, non, mais c'est ça, parce que là, le match de samedi, c'était son 6e. Sur la liste des blessés, alors ce que vous dites, ben, on va lui donner une semaine additionnelle, et puis après ça, la semaine suivante, il va revenir au jeu, est-ce que c'est déjà décidé? Donc, c'est quoi le plan?
Mais c'est exactement ça, le plan. Ça veut dire que le moment que l'équipe médicale nous donne le feu vert, qu'il peut pratiquer, puis il se sent assez à l'aise de lui donner le feu vert, il y a des fortes possibilités qu'on va lui donner une autre semaine. C'est quand? Cette semaine-là, je ne le sais pas. Mais je pense que les choses, ça s'améliore. Puis, comme j'ai dit, le moment qu'on embarque Davis dans l'alignement, on veut l'avoir pendant le restant de la saison.
Donc, juste pour être clair, donc c'est pas encore décidé, là?
On n'a pas de date. On n'a pas de date, mais les choses progressent.
Cette semaine ne sera pas le feu vert, c'est ça qu'on comprend?
Non.
C'est hypothétique, Danny, mais si James avait gagné, est-ce que Bethel-Thompson serait revenu? Est-ce que ça... Y a-t-il une urgence pour vous de le ramener, étant donné que...
Non, mais je pense que le moment qu'il est prêt, c'est sûr qu'on veut le ramener. Parce que comme tu es déjà au courant, c'est pas... on a 6 carrières dans le vestiaire actuellement, puis il y en a certaines qui n'ont pas une tonne d'expérience. Puis pendant cette période de l'année où tu as besoin de cette expérience, puis de t'entourer avec des joueurs qui ont joué cette position, qui ont gagné des matchs, mais il n'y en a pas beaucoup qui sont capables, qui l'ont fait. Puis dans le cas de McLeod, il a gagné des matchs, puis il a gagné une Coupe Grey aussi. Alors, on s'est déjà dit que le moment qu'il était prêt, on l'embarquerait dans l'alignement.
De manière plus générale, le degré d'optimisme du directeur général, il se situe en ce moment, puis pour quelle raison?
Concernant
la fin de la saison des Alouettes.
Ah, écoute, moi, je suis encore très confiant. C'est sûr qu'on l'a... Tu sais, le script, là, on ne l'a pas planifié comme ça. Je pense pas que si tu me disais au tout début de l'année qu'on aura une fiche de 5 et 7 avec toutes les histoires en arrière de cette fiche-là, je dirais probablement que tu es complètement dans le champ. Mais ça fait partie de notre réalité. Mais écoute, ça fait quoi, 20 ans que je suis dans cette ligue-là? Je pense que même Wally m'a écrit l'autre jour, il a dit qu'en 77, ils ont commencé avec une fiche de 7-1, 8-1. Ils ont perdu Sonny Wade puis Joe Barnes. Ils n'ont pas gagné un autre match. Et en 77, on connaît l'histoire de cette équipe-là. Alors, il faut continuer de travailler. Puis ça, je sais qu'on va le faire parce qu'on a un bon vestiaire puis on a un entraîneur en chef qui va s'imposer, puis il va être sûr que... Il va faire sûr que les coachs puis les joueurs travaillent bien puis ils se préparent pour le prochain match.
Est-ce qu'il y a quand même une certaine inquiétude? Parce que là, est-ce qu'il y a quand même un certain niveau d'inquiétude? Parce que là, il y a des équipes qui vous souffrent dans le coup. C'est plus juste de regarder par en avant, il y a du monde en arrière qui est très proche de vous autres.
La réponse à cette question-là, c'est que il faut on se regarde dans le miroir puis on fait ce que nous, on est capable de faire. On pense à nous-mêmes. On donne la meilleure version de nous-mêmes tous les jours. Physiquement puis mentalement, on se prépare puis on est prêt de compétitionner. On ne pense pas à les autres. Parce que ça ne donne absolument rien de penser à les autres. C'est nous qui contrôlons notre destin.
Had the team won on Saturday, and had James Morgan won on Saturday, would we be seeing this move today?
I just feel like I answered that question, but I'll do it in English.
Please.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't I? The answer would be yes. There's not too many quarterbacks that have won the number of games that McLeod's won, and let's not forget we're going into the back third of this stretch here. And at some point in time, you want to make sure you're going to surround yourself with players that have won at this level, and he has. And there was always a thought process behind all of this, that as soon as he got clearance medically and he felt good about coming back into the lineup, whether he would start or be the backup, we'd have him back in the lineup.
He's won a lot of games in the league. He hasn't won a lot of games with Montreal.
Is there a question there?
What does he need to do to have more success?
Well, what he needs to do is that obviously we need to do a better job of protecting him. We got to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. We got to be able to sustain the run. We got to be able to keep ourselves in situations of second and medium. We got to capitalize in the red zone. We got to play complementary football, make a few plays for him on defense, shorten the field for him with special teams play. I think any quarterback would flourish with what I just said.
How can a team expect to win when you keep changing quarterbacks?
So we keep changing quarterbacks, Herb, and I know you've covered us lately here, as when they get hurt, you got to play with one. So we play with the ones that are healthy and that are available to us. So Davis Alexander went down. Caleb Evans, as you're well aware, is lost for the year, and McLeod Bethel-Thompson was on the 6th game injured, so we went to our 4th string quarterback.
When is the earliest we might see Davis Alexander?
We'll let you know. We'll let you know, hopefully here in the next little while.
All right.
Denis, tu as ajouté de la profondeur à la ligne défensive durant la saison morte. Mais là, depuis quelques semaines, la défense accorde beaucoup de verges, énormément au sol. Qu'est-ce que tu penses de ça, justement, de la performance de la défense, en particulier contre le jeu au sol?
Ben, je pense...
J'allais dire surtout contre une formation contre Hamilton qui n'a pas eu de succès à courir avec le ballon depuis le début de la saison.
Tout à fait d'accord avec tout ce que tu viens de te dire. C'est pas seulement Hamilton, c'était même la semaine avant. Alors, ça, c'est quelque chose qu'on en parlait pendant la fin de semaine. Il faut gagner la bataille de la ligne de mêlée. Tu sais, des fois, je dis assez souvent qu'il faut le gagner à l'attaque, mais il faut le gagner sur le côté défensif aussi. Là, Mustafa Johnson est de retour. C'était son premier match qu'il a joué. C'est sûr que ça va prendre quelques matchs avant qu'on revoie le Mustafa Johnson qu'on connaît. Mais les autres ont besoin de mieux jouer, puis nos secondaires ont besoin de faire des jeux. Il faut dominer la ligne de mêlée pour faire des jeux, puis pour les limiter sur première et 10, puis de les mettre en situation de deuxième élan. C'est là où on va avoir beaucoup plus de succès côté défensif, si on peut éliminer des gains de 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 verges par portée.
Qu'est-ce que tu peux nous dire sur Thomas Charlington? Est-ce que c'était pendant le match? Parce qu'il n'y a rien eu de flagrant, soit l'entraînement?
C'était pendant le match. Il s'est fait frapper, puis il y a une historique de ce genre de blessure. Il s'est déjà fait dire qu'à un moment donné, si ça continue de se répéter, il faut le regarder de près, dans le sens que médicalement, probablement, ils vont mettre fin à sa saison, puis ils vont l'évaluer à la fin de l'année.
Mais pour Theis, est-ce que ça peut être une audition un peu pour l'an prochain aussi? C'est ce match qu'il va jouer comme partant?
Si Tom...
Pour Theis, est-ce que ça peut être une audition pour l'an prochain, pour vous convaincre?
Mais Theis, ça va de nulle part. Que ce soit cette année ou l'année prochaine, ça va de nulle part. Je pense que c'est un excellent porteur. C'est un porteur qui peut seulement s'améliorer avec chaque match, puis avec chaque portée.
Dernière question pour Danny.
C'est sûr que ça.
Oui, en anglais, on appelle ça un genre de stinger. Alors, ça commence du coup. C'est ça.
Merci, Danny.
May I rephrase a question?
I'll give him one more.
Does it not make it more difficult on a team when you're constantly changing quarterbacks? Make it tougher to win? I've not seen many teams win that have gone through this many quarterbacks.
Okay, so how many teams have played with their 4th string quarterback because 3 are injured?
Probably very few.
How many?
None.
You good?
Merci, Danny.
Thank you.
So what is your plan with McLeod Bethel-Thompson?
Well, he's been cleared to play, so he's out here practicing, and the idea is that he's able, if he finishes the week, he's going to be able to start for us if he can finish the week, which that's the expectation. It's the reason he was cleared. So he looked good today, looked good yesterday when I seen him throw a little bit just to test it out, and I think they're ready to go.
Why is he a better option than?
He's one for us. He's a veteran in the league. Those are the reasons. I mean, at the end of the day, there's been, I think, one game we've won with him. The 2 other games came down to the last 13 and 16 seconds, and we could have finished those. We win. So it would have been 3 games where he started where we would have won. And he's won other games in this league. So that veteran presence, you don't buy. And I think he has it. And obviously, he was dealing with some stuff, you know, and playing at the same time. And obviously, we sat him for a reason. And we knew it was going to be a timeline to get him back. And just thankful that the timeline is good for us, you know, where it wasn't going to be a season-ending thing. It was going to be a 4 to 6 week injury, and the 4-week mark is now, and they've cleared him to play, so it's a great thing.
Where do you think James Morgan fits into this equation?
Well, right now he'll be the backup if we finish the week to where we're expecting it to, which is good for him too, because he got a lot of great experience the last 3 weeks. You know, he was able to go into a game as a backup and play and understand what that's like. He was able to, on a short week, which is CFL is built on a lot of short weeks, being able to prepare for, you know, a game with 1 practice. And then he had a whole week of practice to see what it's like to be a professional quarterback and have to deal with everything that comes along with that, and then go out and play and deal with some inclement weather and deal with things not going perfectly and have to, you know, sit down, then go back in, and all those things. I mean, there's a lot of experience that James has earned. And, you know, going into the season, he was our 4th-string quarterback. So, you know, with our 4th-string quarterback having that much experience, I think that bodes well for our whole team now.
If James would have offered maybe a better performance last week, would you have been more patient with
Well, I don't know if it's patience is the word. I think the timeline would have been the timeline. You know, it would have still been a 4 to 6 week injury. He's able to come back at 4 weeks. Now, if you're saying, yeah, over the last 3 games, if James would have went out and lit it up, he still would have been back. It would just now we'd be evaluating it a little bit differently. But the fact of the matter is that didn't happen. And Bethel is healthy, so he's been cleared to play. So obviously we're going to always go with the best option for us when we have those options available. That's how the whole roster's built on. When we have options, we pick the best 45. I've never been shy about saying that. So, you know, obviously had things gone differently over the last 3 weeks, if Bethel would be cleared to come back, maybe he wouldn't have been the best option. But right now, the way we evaluate things, he is the best option. And so he just has to be ready to go this week and finish the week strong and then go from there. But I know this. I know James Morgan will be ready to play. And I know, again, I love the experience he's gotten over the last 3 weeks. I know he'll be a better quarterback because of it.
What does Bethel have to do, you think, to have more success? What maybe was coming
Well, I
short
mean,
in
again,
the previous starts?
it's all the things that we talk about as a quarterback. Make good decisions, throw the ball accurately, you know, and make plays when they're there to be made. And a quarterback play comes seemingly down to that. You protect the football, you make the throws that you need to make at opportune times, and you make great decisions all the time. And that's what you get judged on. And then ultimately, wins and losses happen, but wins and losses is a full team thing. You know, your decision making is not the full team; it's your decision. It's the quarterback's decision. But you know, when you win, when you lose, we lose together. We don't lose just Bethel loses. You know, even though it does get attached to him, that's still a team thing. And you know, but ultimately, the things that I'm talking about, the accuracy, the decision making, there's a lot on his plate to do those things right. And some of that comes down to footwork. Some of that comes down to understanding concepts. Some of that comes down to experience in our offense, which I think there's been a lot of growth in there. You know, but ultimately we all got to play better around him too. And you know, I know there's been plenty of plays in those games where maybe, you know, there hasn't been a play made from somebody else. And obviously he gets more credit or blame than credit at times. But ultimately offense is a 12-man thing, and all 12 guys got to be doing their jobs to do it, and he's got a very important job.
How might you be a better coach than you were 5 games ago?
Well, I mean, I think you get better with experience. I think you can learn from a lot of things. You start to, you're analyzing everything. You're looking at I'm always looking at the big picture and trying to read our team and, you know, improve upon different things. So I think every situation you get in, every year is different, and you know, you can't face enough nothing's, well, adversity is one of them, but you can't face enough situations in this league. There's so many that come about. So you obviously grow from all of them. And adversity, I've never shied away from adversity. I don't think our team's shying away from adversity. We're looking at it as a big challenge. And obviously, we're going to have a say in all that. And it's just going to get back down to the things that we believe in, which is staying together, playing for each other, and continuing to work and believe. That's the big thing to me is, and I said it to you before, whether you've won 5 straight or lost 5 straight, does it matter for this week? Does it? No. It's just how you feel about it.
No, but I'm sure
But no, just listen to me. It's just how you feel about it, and how we feel about it. But you still have to get up every day, prepare to win the next game. And that's what it is for us. So you've just got to get rid of all that part and just say, hey, our focus is on us working and getting better. And ultimately, that's what the expectation is for us to do.
I always listen to you, but I dare say you would feel better going into Saskatchewan on 5 wins than you do on 5
I said it today
losses.
to the guys. I said, the big difference between winning and losing is sleep. It's sleep. It's how you sleep at night. It's not waking up at 12:30 and 1 o'clock in the morning just because your brain's thinking about things of how to win. When you're winning, you tend to sleep through the night. When you're not, you kind of wake up throughout thinking about things. And I think that's human nature. That's just how it goes. But ultimately, today is no different than it would have been the other day. If we had won that game, we still have to show up today and still have to go into Saskatchewan and get a win. That's just, every week you're judged by that. So I love that. I love that part of football because every single day is a present. Every single day you get to stay in the moment and get better from it. And that's what we plan on doing, and that's what we always do here.
So how are you sleeping these nights?
Well, obviously not as good as I would be without, but I sleep good enough, and that's the bottom line. I push through everything just like our team does. We just keep pushing and keep working, and the work has to get done, and it's going to get done.
You must have looked at the run defense of the best to win, especially the last one against Hamilton. What have you seen that you can and need to?
Well, obviously, it's team defense, first of all. Noel can make a call. We need to play the defense call, and that means gap sound. Bottom line, deep stop and run is gap sound. You have to be gap sound on every single play, and I don't know that we were on every single play. And therefore, when you have a team that can exploit that, and teams can, when they hand the ball off, if you're not there, they hit that gap, it's going to be a game. Now, you do that, you fly to the ball, you tackle well, you do all those things, it helps. But it starts with gap control. And I know Noel's a big believer in that. So those are the things we need to shore up. We need to understand it. And I know this, 7+, 18% of conversions against us last week. 6 and less, it was 75. So 1 yard is a big difference. And a gap can produce a yard. So I think our guys just have to have a better understanding of that. Also, teams want to run against us right now. That's what's working. So the last 3 weeks, it's worked. And our offense hasn't scored enough, and the games are close, so you can continue to run on all down and distances. So our guys got to be ready for it, but it's fixable. That's the best part. It is fixable, and our guys are working hard at doing that.
When you've missed this amount of time, what is the biggest adjustment or the most difficult thing to overcome?
Every game is just trying to get in rhythm. So I wasn't in rhythm the last couple of games I was playing, so just trying to get in rhythm early and feel comfortable.
What was your recovery like? What did you have to go through to get back on the field?
Yeah, the whole process, right, from the operation to the rehab to the treatment, just a lot of work. It's good. It's a good time to reset.
Did you say the operation?
Get it healthy and then get it back fixed and get it going.
No, he's saying you didn't have surgery, obviously.
No.
Is it more difficult coming into a situation when the team has lost 5 in a row and is having trouble getting into the end zone?
I think everybody understands the magnitude of this game and where we're at and how it's turning into September and what football means after Labor Day and so I think there's 1,000 factors, including want to get back on the winning track. So
obviously you never want to get injured, but do you think that gave you an opportunity, to take a step back, to watch the team, watch the offense, and also think about, what you did well and didn't do so well, and do you think that has helped you, the past couple of weeks,
Sure. I think you have to believe everything happens for a reason. Otherwise, you would just dwell in the past. So I think you have to believe everything happens for a reason. So I'm grateful for this week and this moment and grateful for the opportunity. And that's where I'm taking it, learning the lessons I learned and moving forward.
And what are some of the lessons that you've learned?
From everything from how to operate better in this offense to how to move better personally, to how to move better on the football field, to how to, if you're not growing, you're dying. So there's a whole lot of lessons in the last couple of weeks.
What does it mean to you that the second you're healthy, you're going back in as a starter?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think I'm continually impressed with how Coach Maas leads. He's an incredible leader of men, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to deliver for this team in this moment.
How much trouble do you think this team is in, if any?
Trouble.
Well,
we've got a great team. We got a great talent. We have as good a shot as anybody, and we hold our own destiny in our hands down the stretch. So at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. And you look for opportunities to grow as individuals, to grow as a team, and what a better opportunity than this. So if this is the path that gets us to where we want to go, what a beautiful path to walk.
So with Sean out for at least a few weeks, it seems that the incoming #1 running back job comes back to you. What do you feel you bring to this offense, and what have you showed since the beginning that allows you to be confident in your place?
Just I'm going to play hard for one. Play hard, and I'm going to be prepared. So do what they ask, do it to the best of my ability, and it's really similar to Sean.
I've never seen a guy stop you yet on the first tackle. You seem to bounce off everyone.
You got to take pride in that as a running back. If you want a job, you better make at least one guy miss for sure.
How is the mood in the locker room right now?
We take pride in, we get to play football for our jobs. So we take pride in coming in with a smile on our face and realizing we got the best job in the world. So it's good.
McLeod is now back. Do you think it will change something in the offense?
Surprise to me coming out here, seeing McLeod out here, so that's pretty exciting.
What does your bracelet say, if I may ask?
We had a young fan make a bunch of bracelets for a bunch of players, so pretty cool. Just got my name.
Oh, your name and the
number on
okay.
it, yeah.
Why was it a surprise? Like you didn't think he would?
Just not sure when he was coming back.
You already had the ball, a few times per game, but now to be the real #1, you think you can even show more than what you've done so far?
We'll see, man. I plan on it. A lot of things that I want to do that I haven't yet, so plan on it.
What are some of the things that you'd like to do that you haven't been able to do yet?
Score some touchdowns. Easy as that.
Why is the team having so much trouble scoring touchdowns?
Just struggling to execute in the red zone. I think it's something that we're all thinking about, in preparation. So something we are working on every week for sure.